Peace and blessings, family. It's your brother straight out of Judah, coming at you with day 16 of the Wisdom series. This evening I'll be coming at you from the book of Proverbs, Wisdom of Solomon, and the book of Sirach. So, family, without any further ado, the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, from the top. To man belongs the preparation of the heart, but from Yahuwah is the answer of the tongue. All the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes, but Yahuwah weighs the spirits. Commit your works to Yahuwah, and your plans shall be established. Yahuwah has made all for his purpose, and also the wrong for the day of evil. Every proud heart is an abomination to Yahuwah. Hand to hand he goes not unpunished. By loving commitment and truth, crookedness is pardoned, and in the fear of Yahuwah one turns away from evil. When a man's ways please Yahuwah, he makes even his enemies to be at peace with him. Better is a little with righteousness than a large income without right ruling. A man's heart plans his way, but Yahuwah establishes his steps. An oath is on the lips of a king. In right ruling his mouth trespasses not. A right scale and balances are of Yahuwah. All the weights in the bag are his work. It is an abomination for sovereigns to commit wrongness, for a throne is established by righteousness. Righteous lips are the delight of the sovereigns, and they love him who speaks what is straight. The sovereign's wrath is a messenger of death, but the wise man appeases it, and the light of a sovereign's face is life, and his delight is like a cloud of latter rain. How much better is it to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding is preferable to silver. The highway of the straight is to turn away from evil. He who guards his life watches over his way. Before destruction comes pride, and before a fall, a haughty spirit. Better to be lowly in spirit with the poor than to divide the spoil with the proud. He who acts wisely concerning the word finds good, and blessed is he who trusts in Yahuwah. The wise-hearted is called discerning, and sweetness of the lips increases learning. Understanding is a fountain of life to him who has it, but the discipline of fools is folly. The heart of the wise gives discretion to his mouth, and he increases learning to his lips. Pleasant words are like a honeycomb, sweet to the being and healing to the bone. There is a way that seems right to a man, but his end is the way of death. He who labors for himself, for his mouth drives him on. A man of Belial plots evil, and on his lips it is like a burning fire. A perverse man sends forth strife, and a whisperer separates intimate friends. A ruthless man entices his neighbor and leads him in a way that is not good. Winking with the eye to plot perversity, moving his lips he shall bring about evil. Gray hair is the crown of adorning. It is found in the way of righteousness. He who is patient is better than he who is mighty, and he who rules over his spirit than he who takes a city. The lot is cast into the lap, but every decision is from Yahuwah. That was Proverbs chapter 16, verses 1 to 33. Trey. All right, family. All right, y'all. Let's go to that Apocrypha. All right, that's all right. All right, and here we are. Book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 16. Therefore, be the like word. Sorry. Therefore, by the like were they punished worthily, and by the multitude of beasts tormented. Instead of which punishment, dealing graciously with thine own people, thou preparedst for them meat of a strange taste, even quails to stir up their appetite, to the end of that they, desiring food, might, for the ugly sight of the beast sent among them, loathe even that which they must need desire. But those suffering penury for a short space might be partakers of a strange taste, for it was requisite that upon them exercising tyranny should come penury, which they could not avoid. But to these it should only be shewed how their enemies were tormented. For when the horrible fierceness of beasts came upon these, and they perished with the stings of crooked serpents, thy wrath endured not forever, but they were troubled for a small season, that they might be admonished, having a sign of salvation, to put them in remembrance of the commandment of thy law. For he that turned himself toward it was not saved by the thing that he saw, but by thee that art the Savior of all. And in this madest thine enemies confess that it was thou who deliverest from all evil. For them the bitings of grasshoppers and flies killed, neither was there found any remedy for their life, for they were worthy to be punished by such. But thy sons not the very teeth of venomous dragons overcame, for thy mercy was ever by them and healed them. For they were pricked, that they should remember thy words, and were quickly saved, that not falling into a deep forgetfulness, they might be continually mindful of thy goodness. For it was neither herb nor mollifying plaster that restored them to health, but thy word, O Yahuwah, which healeth all things. For thou hast power of life and death. Thou leadest to the gates of hell, and bringeth up again. A man indeed killeth through his malice, and the spirit, when it is gone forth, returneth not, neither the soul received up come again. But it is not possible to escape thine hand. For the ungodly that denied to know thee were scourged by the strength of thine arm. With thy strange rains, hails, and showers were they persecuted, that they could not avoid, and through fire were consumed. For which is most to be wondered at, the fire had more force in the water that quencheth all things, for the world fighteth for the righteous. For sometime the flame was mitigated, that it might not burn up the beasts that were sent against the ungodly, but themselves might see and perceive that they were persecuted with the judgment of Elohim. And another time it burneth even in the midst of the water above the power of fire, that it might destroy the fruits of an unjust land. Instead thereof thou feddest thine own people with angels' food, and did send them from heaven bread prepared without their labor, able to content every man's delight, and agreeing to every taste. For thy sustenance declared thy sweetness unto thy children, and serving to the appetite of the eater, tempered itself to every man's liking, but snow and ice endured the fire and melted not, that they might know that fire burning in the hell and sparking in the brain did destroy the fruits of the enemies. But this again did even forget his own strength, that the righteous might be nourished. For the creature that serveth thee, who art the Maker, increaseth his strength against the unrighteous for their punishment, and abateth his strength for the benefit of such as to put their trust in thee. Therefore, even then was it altered into all fashions, and was obedient to thy grace, that nourisheth all things according to the desire of them that had need, that the children of Yahuwah, whom thou lovest, might know that it is not the growing of fruits that nourish man, but that is thy word, which preserveth them that put their trust in thee. For that which was not destroyed of fire, being warmed with a little sunbeam, soon melted away, that it might be known that we must prevent the sun to give thee thanks. At the dayspring pray unto thee, for the hope of the unthankful shall melt away as the winter hoars frost, and shall run away as unprofitable water. Of the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 16, verses 1 through 29. Apologies for that word salad, family. I'm trying to hold back yawns and just look at words before I read them. Tear me up. It's getting the best of me almost. All right. The book of Sirach, chapter 16, from the top. Desire not a multitude of unprofitable children, neither delight in ungodly sons. Though they multiply, rejoice not in them, except the fear of Yahuwah be with them. Trust not in their life, neither respect their multitude, for one that is just is better than 1,000, and better is it to die without children than to have them that are ungodly. For by one that have understanding shall the city be replenished, but the kindred of the wicked shall speedily become desolate. Many such things have I seen with mine eyes, and my ear hath heard greater things than these. In the congregation of the ungodly shall a fire be kindled, and in a rebellious nation, wrath is set on fire. He was not pacified toward the old giants who fell away in the strength of their foolishness, neither spared he the place where Lot sojourned, but abhorred them for their pride. He pitied not the people of perdition, who were taken away in their sins, nor the 600,000 footmen who were gathered together in the hardness of their hearts. And if there be one stiff-necked among the people, it is marvel if he escape unpunished. For mercy and wrath are with him. He is mighty to forgive and to pour out his displeasure. As his mercy is great, so is his correction also. He judgeth a man according to his works. The sinner shall not escape with his spoils, and the patience of the godly shall not be frustrated. Make way for every work of mercy, for every man shall find according to his works. Yahuwah hardened Pharaoh, that he should not know him, that his powerful works might be known to the world. His mercy is manifest to every creature, and he hath separated his light from the darkness with an adamant. Say not thou, I will hide myself from Yahuwah. Shall any remember me from above? I shall not be remembered among so many people. For what is my soul among such an infinite number of creatures? Behold, the heaven and the heavens, and the heaven of heavens, the deep and the earth, and all that therein is, shall be moved when he shall visit. The mountains also and foundations of the earth shall be shaken with trembling when Yahuwah look upon them. No heart can think upon these things worthily, and who is able to conceive his ways? It is a tempest which no man can see, for the most part of his works are hid. Who can declare thy works of his justice, or who can endure them? For his covenant is afar off, and the trial of all things is in the end. He that wanteth understanding will think upon vain things, and a foolish man will erring imagining follies. My son, hearken unto me, and learn knowledge, and mark my words with thy heart. I will shew forth doctrine in weight, and declare his knowledge exactly. The works of Yahuwah are done in judgment from the beginning, and from the time he made them, he disposed the parts thereof. He garnished his works forever, and in his hand are the chief of them unto all generations. Neither labor nor weary, nor cease from their works. None of them hindereth another, and they shall never disobey his word. After this, Yahuwah looked upon the earth, and filled it with his blessings. With all manner of living things he hath covered the face thereof, and they shall return to him again. Hallelujah. That was the book of Sirach, chapter 16, verses 1 through 30. Family, I thank you for tuning in tonight. Thank you for allowing me to read to y'all. I pray y'all had a wonderful day of rest. I pray that I pray that y'all had a beautiful time spending it with the Father, spending it with your family, getting edified somewhere, edifying yourself at home, or whether it be via whatever means we have for edification. I want to thank y'all, and I pray that you got it. Continue to seek his face, seek his spirit, get wisdom, get understanding in all things. Get understanding. That's about all I got for tonight, y'all. Father willing, I'll see y'all tomorrow with day 17 of the Wisdom series. It's been real. Love y'all. Peace.